So we want to welcome everybody today to our 45-minute webinar on energy leadership for consultants. My name is Christine Burns. I'm the founder of Allume Talent. Allume Talent's focus is on how you can enable performance within your organization rather than manage it. I am teaming up with Daniela Dragomir and her company, Daniela Dragomir Coaching, to bring this to you today around energy leadership. The reason I thought this was quite interesting is Danielle and I are both previous management consultants. We work together. And when she came to me and explained about energy leadership, I thought there was a lot of parallels to the feelings that I really had early on in my management consulting career. There are things that even as I'm going out on my own and being an entrepreneur that I think are super applicable. So I wanted to be sure to bring this to everybody. So Daniela, thank you so much for joining us today. And I can't wait to hear what you have to share with us today. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Christine. Yes, we met back in our consultancy days, and I'm so happy to bring this knowledge to your clients, to people who are in your circle. So let's get right into it. Let's see what we have for on the agenda for the next 30 to 45 minutes. We'll talk about what energy leadership is, how energy is linked to performance, and I will explain the energy levels that we can find ourselves in and what are the takeaways or the tips how to get from one energy level to where you want to be. Why consultants? It's not only that we have a background in consulting, but I am fascinated by consultants. I think consultants are some of the most brilliant, courageous, creative people I know. I mean, who in their right minds will work on teams that are always changing, on these exciting projects where they have to learn so much in a short period of time? And very often, the projects they work on are very high profile. So it requires a lot of thinking on their feet, a lot of creativity. They are very highly educated. I mean, there's admirable people, but we both you and I lived through those days, exciting days. But too much of a good thing, if left unmanaged, could lead to undesirable results. Let's say, I'll say some consultants, myself included, my earlier days, maybe they miss that higher education in personal development, and that's what we are trying to bring here, because I don't want to see consultants going through the week saying that it's Blur's Day, or I just wish somebody have a great weekend, but it's just Tuesday, or oh, I don't even know how I got into this relationship with my partner because we don't have time to do anything anymore. Our relationship is just going. But hey, we are both professionals, we are fine. Let me tell you a little bit about my story. When I started my career, pretty much my self-worth was linked to performance. And God forbid I got a bad review because my ego was crushed. And then I will mobilize wanting to assure the next win. And I am resilient. I will go through it, and I'm going to prevail next time. On the teams I was working on, my mindset was to prove myself and looking competent. That was the name of the game. Looking competent, not very open about my gaps. And I took that mindset not only in my corporate world. I found myself when, as a mom, stay home mom, to raise my daughter, I brought the same mindset. I was comparing myself to the moms who chose to go back to work. I felt left behind. I felt that my career will go nowhere. So I was in this mindset that wasn't letting me sleep well. I was all the time worried about my next project. I was worried about what I did. How come I said that? I should have known better. So all that brought me to a halt, and I realized something had to give. And at that point, I reached out for coaching, and coaching transformed my life. And I wanted to give the gift that I received through coaching to consultants, to people working in the corporate world, I realized I was living all the time on a treadmill, thinking about the future or ruminating about the past. So through coaching, I was able to bring myself to a halt, to be able to live in the present moment and make choices about what I wanted to do. I'm not saying that coaching is the only answer, but I am here today to present you one option that you might want to take. I mean, you can find different routes, but I am just here to present you a framework that you might want to give it a try. So my mission then became help professionals feel inspired and excited that it's Monday. I mean, when you hear the word Monday, what comes to mind? I, I'll be curious. So when I first start working with consultants, they tell me the excuses why they don't have the time to change their mindset is, first of all, they say, well, I work the best under pressure. Oh, you don't know how full my plate is. I have a ongoing to-do list of projects that are coming up. Oh, you don't know my boss. He or she will never go for that. The team I work in is very difficult. I do not relate with these people. I'm not like them. So it's more an external focus rather than internal. If only I was given better consultants on my team, I will perform. My life will be so much easier. Emotions, well-being, come on, we are professionals. So let me go right into it. What is energy and energy leadership? So, what is energy? Energy is everywhere, as we know from physics, from science. But energy leadership is both a style of leadership and also a process, the process through which you manage your energy to work for you rather than against you. And energy leadership starts from the premise that at higher levels of energy, you're more successful, you obtain better results. Uh, Being in your career, your personal life, your wealth, you manage to achieve your goals easier and faster. For me, this system, when I discovered, appealed to me, to my analytical mind, to my consultant mind, because it's a step-by-step process that you can actually apply. Before coming across this system, when I was reading self-improvement books or I was coming across other concepts, I would feel defeated because I felt I could never be at that higher level where I think positively all the time. Every time I would exhibit a negative behavior, I'll judge myself, I'll feel bad, I'll feel I will never get there. But understanding this process allowed me to understand what are the stages and recognize that I am on my way up. I understood that it's a matter of how long I stay at a lower level of energy or behavior and how fast I bounce to a higher level. So that this system appealed to my analytical mind. So when we think of performance, in this system, performance equal potential minus detractors. Christine, do you have a question? Is there a question you would like to ask, or?
So tell me more about what is potential and what is detractors.
Yes. So potential is everything you know at this point in time, all the knowledge you have, the wisdom that you could put into performing a certain task or achieving a certain goal. So act at your maximum potential. But when there are detractors that come your way, then you are not performing at your highest potential. And detractors in the system are lower levels of energy that we're going to look at. So that's why being at a higher level of energy allows you to fully use your potential, and therefore performance becomes a byproduct of where you are with your energy level.
So Daniela, does everybody have the same potential and the same detractors?
No, your potential depends on where you are right now with your knowledge about a certain field. Let's say you want to become the best MD in your area? Do you have the education? Let's say you don't have the education to be an MD. Then if detractors do not intervene too much, you can focus on finding the best program for you and finishing it in the best possible time to achieve your goal in the easiest possible way. Detractors, we are going to look at them right now, and they definitely manifest in different ways for different people. So in the energy leadership system, there are 7 levels, starting with a level 1, which is the lowest level, going up to level 7. So the first 2 levels are ego oriented, are levels concerned with the self. The levels 3 to 5 are the levels of self mastery, where we become good at managing our careers, managing our lives. Things are flowing for us. Level 6 and 7 are the self transcendence levels of energy that not many people resonate at this level most of the time. We just learn to tap into them. That's why today we're going to focus on the levels 1 to 5, because every person resonates most in average at one particular level rather than the others. And I hope today, whoever is listening, and you, Christine, you'll be able to identify which is your average resonating level. So
So
let's go right.
Daniela, can you flip back to the other slide? So can
Yes.
you tell me for levels 6 and 7, does that mean that I can't reach these levels? Are these the levels that I ultimately want to be at?
You are reaching those levels. I'm sure we all do. Some people are able to tap into them more
Got it.
often than others, but it's rare that people stay at those levels most of their day.
So it's
So,
mostly about where you maintaining a percentage of your day, and it's harder at the 6 and 7 level to maintain and be in that level of complete non-judgment, passion, creation.
yes.
Got it.
So level 1 of energy is characterized by victim mentality, apathy, lethargy. So this shows up as imposter syndrome. They'll find out any day now that I'm not qualified for this job. Everyone else is so much further along in their career than I am. I feel regret about the decisions I made. I should have known better. So a leader who functions at this level for most of the time, they see problems everywhere. They don't have a long-term vision. They are dealing with blockages most of the time. Consultants do not reside in general at this level for too long, but they dip into it from time to time.
I'm
It's not that.
definitely familiar with this level. As I've started my own entrepreneurial journey, I do think a lot about, shouldn't I have started this earlier? Everybody my age or even younger than me is further ahead than I am. And this is something that definitely resonates with me.
Thank you for sharing that.
So Danielle, one other question. Does that mean that my physical, like a physical symptom or an emotional symptom is this drainage, this feeling of being lethargic?
So when you reside at this level for too long, the emotion is apathy because you feel stuck. You have a hard time focusing on the next thing that you want to do, and you ruminate about, oh, where should I be? And the result is that you do not take action.
Got it.
We all dip into this level, but I know you, Christine, you don't stay in this level for too long. But
Thankfully, no.
yes, yeah. But this happens to everyone. Even, in the same day, we go through these levels fast, but how long do we stay in any one level? What is the average that we spend in these levels? Is what matters. Level 2 is the level of conflict, of anger, and the action result is defiance. So somebody resonating at this level, they might say, I don't trust the others around me. If you want to win in life, you have to step on some toes. If you want to get ahead, if I want to do it right, I have to do it myself. Leaders resonating at this level, they feel the need to control, to micromanage. They discount the others' contributions and feelings. They tend to take credit
Mm.
and they want to ensure a win no matter what. And these are the leaders who say, well, I function well under pressure, but what is the cost to them, to their relationship? They get results, but at what cost? And then it shows up in their careers and even in their health. At level 3 is the level of responsibility, of forgiveness, of cooperation. At this level, you start to see the silver lining is a more anabolic or positive way of thinking. You are able to put differences aside in order to move along, but the underlying conflicts are not resolved. So a leader at this level, they'll say, I am good at getting people to see things my way, instead of saying, I am good at ensuring that everybody wins, a win-win. It's a level where a leader becomes a little bit manipulative. But as I said, is a much positive level than the other before it. Level 4 is the level of concern, of compassion, of service, where level 3, a leader at level 3 functions from a head space. Level 4 leader functions mostly from a heart space. They care about the members of their team. They want to protect them. They foster an environment of loyalty, and they put the interests of others ahead of their own interests. If not managed properly, a leader at this level can also fall at the lower levels because they might forget to take care of themselves.
I was
At level
just about to ask you about that. When I see the word concern, I think concern's such like a wonderful, thing to show, but I think that also has a cost, right? If you're not concerned for yourself and your concern is too much outward and not balanced with the inward. So thanks for highlighting that.
Yes. First is self-care. It has to be present. Otherwise, you drop into resentment. But there are people who lead with their care for others first. They think of how can I be of help today? So at level 5, at this level is the level of reconciliation, peace, acceptance. Leaders functioning here, they are good at this game called life. They see a challenge, they say they're excited about it. They foster a non-judgmental environment in their teams, and they foster self-growth for their teams. They do not judge things in terms of good or bad. They just see potential for growth in everything. They have a long-term vision, and they want to bring everybody along. They see everybody else as a leader in the making. They see the potential in everybody. So these are the 5 levels. And now I hope, Christine, you can see now in our early career in the management consulting, we saw how for certain people, for certain consultants, the promotions were coming easier. They seem to have time for everything, for their families, for their jobs. They exuded a good mood all the time. And on my mind was like, how are they doing it? Well, this is how they were doing it. They were managing their energy. They knew there was not no good or bad. They didn't feel the need to control because they trusted the process. So you can see now how performance equals potential minus detractors. Higher your energy is, you can function at your fullest potential, and that's why your performance increases.
I think that like the management of energy, I wonder if some people are born that way, like what do you think is makes somebody successful at naturally being able to manage their energy, or does everyone actually have to work on it?
Probably some people are born with, or maybe it was cultivated in them. I
Right,
definitely hope
nurture.
my daughter, in the school system she's in, I hope this was cultivated in the school she's in. That's why we chose the school. So definitely it's an environmental thing that models that for you. But I will share this with you. Studies show 80% of population resides in level 1 and 2. So
Wow.
yes, studies show, and I worked with consultants, and their resonating level when they start is under 3. It's
Wow.
close to 3, but is under. First step is awareness, and then you are a choice. There is a choice for you.
So how
So
can I
that's
become aware of this?
First of all, I hope today you had an overview of the levels and the fact that it is possible to resonate at another level, and
Mm,
you do not feel a concern if you drop at a lower level, as long as your goal is to be at a higher level. So awareness is your first step. All this system is created by IPEC, which is Institute for Professional Excellence in Coaching. They also created this amazing tool, which is ELI assessment, which assesses very precisely where you spend your energy. This is one of my clients' reports, and it shows in a graphic way the top chart how they spend their energy on a good day, and on the lower chart their stress reaction. This tool was so surprising for me because other assessments are based on self-assessment. This one, the assessment has questions that actually uncovers your deepest beliefs that you hold in your subconscious mind. And when I received my report and I saw the long bars in level 1 and 2, it blew my mind. I was like, after so much self-development, I have so much in level 1 and 2. It's quite disappointed. But when I went to the debrief, I realized, yes, those are my beliefs still. So that's what I love about the system. I have a client story. How are we doing on time?
you're doing great. Keep going.
Okay. One of my clients, she was working in a tax department, and they were 2, 3 weeks out from finishing the tax season. Everybody on her team was pulling at 120%, but she felt burnt out. She couldn't see the finish line. And she was telling me, all I need is one day, just one day. I feel everything is going to come crushing down on me because I'm going to snap and I'm going to create a huge problem. I'll probably get fired or something. I feel I am one step away from snapping. But she said to me, I cannot ask for a day off. We talked and I asked her, what it will mean for you that day off? So she explained to me, I will be able to take a bath, to relax, to watch some Netflix, to disconnect. And I feel I will go back the next day so recharged. I really care about this client deeply. I worked with them for years. I want to take them to the finish line, and they rely on me. And if I cannot do this, I feel I'll let them down. And also, my bosses, they expect me to perform, and I feel so ashamed. I need a day off. I'm a professional. I should not be able
Mm,
I should not ask for a day off. I really feel I need it, but I don't feel I can ask for it. So we went through the energy levels. I made her aware where she was and where she wanted to be. So she went and spoke with her bosses. And once they understood where she was coming from, she was not attached to an outcome. All she could do was to present her case in an authentic and aligned way. The result, how her bosses would respond to it, was not under her control. All she could control was her energy. But her energy inspired her bosses, and they said, we see where you are coming from. We understand. Why don't you take 2 days off, not just one? So that's what she did. And she came back motivated, and she was able to see her client to the finish line. Some tips what to do. First of all, become aware of the level of energy you are operating from at any given level, and be detached about it. Just notice, oh, I'm here. Okay, cool. Where do I want to be? Be aware that the difference between the different levels of energy is the judgment that you have about yourself and others. Once you let go of the judgment and you're just curious and observe, you are automatically able to rise to another level of energy. Be detached of the outcome. When you are attached to a specific goal, you get into a level 2 energy because you want to control and you want things to go a certain way. But when you are detached of the outcome and you are just concerned with what you can do, then you are able to actually perform at a higher level. It's counterintuitive, but it's so true.
I love that. Yeah, I mean, I think of so many things where I have an expectation of what an outcome to be. And they always say, like, if you don't have expectations, you're usually blown away and more joyous in general. So totally makes sense.
Yeah. So take the ELI assessment, see exactly where you are. You will be surprised how accurate this assessment is. Take it, get in touch with us and take the assessment. A book recommendation to see all these levels in action. This book is a case study of a company that is taken from a level 1 energy. They were about to go bankrupt to level 5 energy. It's a great read. It's a page turner. It reads like a novel. So if you can just yes, I'm serious. So get in touch with us. I hope we gave you an overview of what energy leadership is. And if you want to know more about it, get in touch with Christine, with me. We are happy to share with you. I don't know, Christine, I should ask, is it something that you want to add? Do you
Yeah,
have a question?
well, I just actually have a question. So if somebody wants to
Yeah.
take this assessment, how long does it take? Is it lengthy? Like,
No, it's actually, it takes, I don't know, 15 minutes.
wow.
What I ask people who want to take it, just go with the answer that comes first to your mind. Do not overthink it. If you overthink it, it's not going well. Just go with your gut, with the first answer, and then it will uncover what is truly in your subconscious mind. So it's really easy to take.
And from your perspective, can I read the book without having taken the assessment, or is it more powerful to take the assessment and then read the book?
No, just read the book. Is I'm telling you, it is a page turner. It reads like a novel. Read the book. It gives a great overview of how these levels work and applicable in the corporate world.
Love it.
It's very good. Yeah.
Love it. Well, Daniela, thank you so much for joining me today and sharing your knowledge in this space. And can't wait to have another great conversation with you.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Have a good one.
You too. Thanks.